In this example, we're going to use the SAMR model to take a look at how teachers traditionally handle files. When I started teaching, I was a resource sponge, and I would borrow everything I could get my hands on, and soon I had binders full of paper, which I tried to digitize. So I really still had my files, and I did start out on physical disks, and then I graduated to CDs and USB keys. As I started doing this, I noticed that teachers and admin started to email files more and more to each other. Now, this makes sense, as if my principal had a presentation that he or she wanted their staff to see, it could be emailed out quickly instead of photocopying and filling mailboxes full of physical pieces of paper. In this way, everyone had their own electronic copy of the file. Now, there's a problem with this, though. Let's say a teacher finds an error or has something to add to that original file, making a new version. They have to email it back to the author for approval. And as soon as you bring in a third version with more revisions, you soon have tons of different file versions, and collaboration is extremely difficult as people are emailing multiple versions of files back and forth. A much more transformative way to handle files is to move them into the cloud. Now, if a teacher or administrator puts files on his or her SkyDrive, they become accessible to that person wherever they are in the world. And they can also choose to share them by granting access to other teachers or students. So instead of emailing countless copies of a file, I really only have one file or folder of files that I grant people access to. And if there's only one copy of the file, different people can collaborate either asynchronously or in real time. Now, I've had many people tell me actually that selectively sharing one copy of a file is a huge mental shift, and it's not something they're really comfortable with doing or something that they're used to doing, and that they aren't really ready for that. And I tell them to think carefully about how we use social media. So when I put up, let's say, a Christmas photo for my family to see on Facebook, I'm selectively sharing that file, that one file or a folder, with the people on my friends list. Now, why do I do it? I do it so I can invite them to give me comments and commentary safely on that file which I've posted, and I can get feedback on it. Now, this sort of social aspect is now moving to the world of work and education, and students can comment on each other's files in a safe way through selectively sharing through the cloud. Thank you.